Hi, my name is Helena Jiang, and today I'll be talking about my research in parasocial relationships and political interest in adolescence. To start, let's watch a short video clip. So that is a really good precursor into what a parasocial relationship is like. Now, the next image on this slide is also from the same video. It's when he gets deeper on his iceberg of Potterheads. So the thing to note is, on the deepest level, people genuinely believe that Harry Potter is real, and that is characteristic of a parasocial relationship, where people believe that the relationship they have with the person that they're looking at on the screen is real, and that the person on the screen actually acknowledges this relationship. So shifting is a kind of mental reality that people tend to go into and dissociate into and really believe is real, and they feel like they actually interact with the people in the universe that they quote-unquote shift into. Now, it is also characteristic of a parasocial relationship because these people genuinely believe that the universe they have read about or seen or heard about that someone else has created is real. So what is a parasocial relationship and what is a fan base? Is there a difference? Parasocial relationships are more accurately defined as an intimate, one-sided, interpersonal relationship that could be either platonic or romantic between a viewer and a media figure, which can range broadly from internet personalities, celebrities and actors, to fictional characters and personas. A fan base, on the other hand, is considered a form of social grouping where fans of a certain person, group, brand, or thing come together and celebrate their adoration for that thing. The biggest difference is that parasocial relationships are more focused on the individual, and a fan base can host a wider network of parasocial relationships, but again, PSRs tend to be more individual. Now, why is this important? Why did I decide to research this? Well, PSRs are especially important during adolescence, where teenagers begin developing autonomy and forming connections outside of home. Furthermore, parasocial relationships can help motivate people to act in the democratic process. Thus, combining these factors, developing PSRs during adolescence can be one way to foster political interest in adulthood. So my thesis is that an examination of existing literature indicates that PSRs may affect adolescents' political interest and/or engagement as they mature. So now we'll be defining all three of these. So PSRs, as previously defined, typically means a phenomenon between spectators and performers in mass media, and it's also defined as a one-sided interpersonal relationship between a viewer and a media figure. Parasocial interactions tend to be one specific instance of interaction or exposure, such as choosing to watch a video or put on a show. Now, it's different from parasocial relationships in that PSIs are actually the founding or the building blocks of PSRs, and they're primarily used to develop and enforce parasocial relationships. However, PSRs also have the potential to induce emotional distress, doing something known as a parasocial breakup, or PSB, where a parasocial relationship terminates due to either a loss of interest, the source ending, or characters disappearing. This happened on a really widespread level during the Hollywood Writers Guild of America strike in 2007 to 2008, and when major influencers such as YouTubers get into controversy and disappear off their platform. So, parasocial relationships are now more formed on social media than anywhere else because of its widespread use and accessibility. Now, there are other platforms where PSRs can appear, such as Facebook and Instagram and even Snapchat to a certain extent, but the two most popular are YouTube and Twitter. YouTube is a video platform that allows anyone to become a content creator, and large fan bases are common due to the amount of people that have millions upon millions of subscribers. And it is also an intentional PSR promoter. They are promoted intentionally because when looking at creators with large fan bases, their content often mimics direct interaction with the viewers, such as thanking viewers for continued support, talking to viewers as if they are in the room or right across, and making eye contact with the camera, further facilitating this formation. Now, Twitter is a different environment because it feels more individual. There is like a limited amount of tweets you can retweet, and research has found that interactions on Twitter develop stronger PSRs. And there is a way of digital presentation. Chen discovered performance strategies such as masking, mystification, self-promotion, and gender searching, but the most important are these three. Gender searching is a phenomenon that is not as relevant to my topic. Masking is when a creator capitalizes on another celebrity's fame or taking someone else's glory for your own. Mystification is hiding your face, such as to promote a kind of mystery feeling or to really hone in on the talents rather than what you look like in your appearance. And it was really popular during 2020 to 2022 with Corpse Husband and the Minecraft's creator Dream. Self-promotion is exactly what it implies. It's the promotion of special abilities that the creator has. Similar to mystification, but you don't really hide your face. So now let's talk about how PSRs are important during adolescence. With younger generations being introduced to new technology, social media engagement is at levels beyond engagement in the past. Adolescents in particular spend much of their time online interacting with their favorite media figures, influencers, and celebrities. There is an important implication to be had from this, however. Adolescents may be influenced by celebrity postings and appearance in media while developing their self-identity. This hypothesis was suggested to be true as adolescents began to idolize their parents less. Media figures gradually filled the gaps left by this shift, and the EAS and the CAS scale were both used to kind of suggest that this hypothesis was true. So which of the four most popular platforms for adolescents contributes to the greatest to PSRs? And your options are Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. If you had been listening prior, you would know that Twitter has a very unique kind of authentic feel to it, and that is the same for adolescents. Adolescents who spent more time on Twitter interacting with their favorite media figures tended to come away feeling a stronger PSR. And future research also suggests that influencers may serve as role models. Future research should be conducted into this type of perceived attachment. Next, let's talk about political interest in adolescence. Levy and Akeva introduced two types of political thought: political interest and political efficacy. Political interest is how important people believe politics is in their life, and political efficacy is to the extent in which people believe their vote actually has an influence. So there has been a low participation in politics, despite understanding that being involved in politics is an indicator of a good citizen. So to this regard, political interest should be fostered from a young age. So what age exactly are we talking about? Well, research found that adolescents are most susceptible to attempts to raise political interest during middle adolescence, so efforts to increase engagement there should be considered. Furthermore, source similarity and perceived trustworthiness also helps contribute to increasing political interest. So next we'll talk a little bit about the political side of parasocial relationships. So this is a complete list of Trump's Twitter insults by the New York Times, and then this video clip is a clip of how Trump supporters really feel. And it starts at 6:11. And then he goes on to say he also believes Tucker Carlson. All of these things have no direct correlation. Trump and Tucker Carlson are not people that he knows directly. I'm assuming this, of course, but it's an interview with someone who is a Trump supporter at a Trump rally. So then let's talk about why exactly this is important. Well, first of all, parasocial relationships has been used in theorizing political choice, and by looking at support for politicians as a predictor of election outcomes, Cohen and Holbert found that PSRs were promising for this, to the point where they suggested the shift should be that the current purpose should be shifted to focus more on parasocial relationships instead of other methodologies. Furthermore, there's also research proving that people who looked at Facebook pages came away feeling a stronger sense of support for the politician rather than looking at their official webpage. Lastly, as the graphs on the side display, there are people who aim to observe the extent to which people were conscious of their parasocial relationships and that effect on their political attitudes. There is speculation that many PSRs could have been formed due to Trump's consistent usage of Twitter throughout his presidency to discuss his thoughts and his feelings rather than general policy. And the final hypothesis predicted that an increase in perceived intimacy of PSIs with political candidates would lead to increased political participation. So what are the exact solutions and conclusions from this? Well, PSRs have become more significant as children begin accessing the internet at younger and younger ages. It is important to study the full effects that parasocial relationships can have on adolescents, as they may be critical in shaping their future, specifically regarding their political lives, influencing their levels of political interest and future engagement with the democratic process. Now, some general trends and ideas have been introduced, such as teaching the concepts of civics from a young age, including youth voices in law and policy, and avoiding political misinformation to the best of our ability. However, in the end, PSRs are still incredibly impactful, especially during adolescence, and can motivate heavy action in the democratic process. Thank you for listening.